Hey y'all, how's everybody doing? Well, I just wanted to do a quick little something. This isn't so much a haul as something that I went over and realized, I need to change back to what I was doing. I went all electronic, y'all, on daily to-dos, and which was helpful because it had, alarms that came across my phone, which a piece of paper doesn't do unless you're looking at. But I realized I also needed the pencil and paper. It was easier for me to look at a month at a time, whereas to-do lists were easier to do electronically. And you really shouldn't have them in two different places unless you can work that way. So I had bought this, which is just a, pink notebook. Of course, a pink pen. You know me, I have to match. And what I like about this, and I think I am going to try using this, is it is a to-do list, right? And it's just all open. And you put the day of the month, and you put the date, and the day and the date, and follow up right here. But there isn't a place to look at a whole month at a time. And I thought, well, this will just be my to-do list. Well, if you have that separate from a to-do list, you will start missing things. And so I went back to my little, I think this is a happy planner, a little small one. And I went back to this because it has a place for appointments, birthdays, whether I'm working or not. And it also has a daily place by date, and really by hour if you want to. I mean, you could add in that, of to-do list for that week. And then you can look back and go, whoops, I didn't get this line and done last week, and transfer it over to this week. So I think I'm going back to this. What I may use this for is Bible studies, to keep up with what I need to be doing on my YouTube channel. So that may be what that is. But I did end up having to go back. I've also done the Franklin Day Planner, which teaches you about putting an A, B, or C on every responsibility. A means urgent, B means important, and C means optional. And then if it's A1, you got to do that first thing. A2, then right after that. But if you got a B1, after you get some of your A1s done, the things that are urgent mean must be done today. That's all it means. But you still may have important things coming up that you don't want to let slide. So do your B1s, at least be looking over your B list, because it will come into the A. It will change from being important to being urgent. C, things that are optional, things you want to think about. And it does help to write those things down. Being optional means you don't have to do it. Those things, once you think about them more and plan around them more, you may end up finding out, actually, I want to move those to a B. That is important. I am going to do that. So that was what the Franklin Day Planner system taught me. I still use it. Still use that same coding. I put that on, is it an A, is it a B, is it a C, if it is an A1, like what's the things I got to do first? Just because it's on a timeline, it can't go past today. That's what A's are. And then also, I really enjoyed using planners for stickers. And it became an artistic thing for me. And there's people on the internet like Elle Fowler who have a whole business of doing nothing but making stuff. Magnolia Boulevard was one of my favorites that I got on Etsy. They do nothing but, that is their business, of making stickers for your planner. And I can still do that. I've still got some little stickers that I got from, I had a Lilly Pulitzer. Was it Lilly Pulitzer? Yeah, one. And I got some of those little stickers. And I think actually these stickers came with this one. And I think this is Happy Planner. Plan a Happy Life. This is Happy Planner. And, sometimes it's just fun to put some fun things on. I used to do whole themes. It took, it used to be something I did on, you'll see this on my channel, a couple of years ago, where I would literally put them on and you would watch and you would see a final piece. And I may even put the final on my Instagram or something like that for everyone to see. Why? It was artistic. It kind of was soothing to my mind to sit there and make something look pretty. And I got them seasonal to the month they were in. So like in, November and October, I would have fall themes, and I loved it because I love those fall colors, the oranges, the greens, the yellows, the browns. And yet at Christmas, I might choose something very old-fashioned and festive, or something very modern and fun, and it was just a fun point of art. Did it detract from my to-do list? In the sense of, my to-do list was long, and the squares that you put those stickers on were short. And so this, the predominant part of the day, well, let me just show you when it doesn't have anything. I mean, I guess you could put stickers over here, but, and what's on that day would only be like appointments for the day. That might work well. But my to-do list just kept getting so long, and then there would be notes that I needed to add. So I like this style because this has a to-do list, and it says important, looking ahead. It gives you a place to put notes down here. This page became a lot more important. But you could just, there's certain stickers you can get that have all that on there, or you can just leave part of it blank and let the stickers be over here. Some of you be like, I am not spending money on those stickers, because I spent some money on those stickers. But what I would say is it helped me want to look at my calendar. It brought me some positivity, and I don't know, it just brought me, I enjoyed it. I guess that's the creative or artistic side of me. I really did enjoy it. So anyway, oh, another thing that you can do is I had little color-coded pens, and some of you may do this. Comment below how you do it. But if it's personal, I write in green. If it's work, it may be the color that I've chosen for that month. It's often pink or blue. I just like those colors. But if it's personal, it's always written in green. And if it's birthdays, it's always a shade of like pink or orange, just so that stands out. And then I'll also use a highlighter. And y'all know I've got tons of highlighters as well. I really like these. These are the, here's this mild liners. They're just a little, the hue's more translucent on these colors. And they almost are like pastel-y, but not all pastels, as you can see. And then also I have just some little pens that I've stuck in here. But, I mean, however you do it, right? I mean, whatever is enjoyable to you, that when you look at it each day, it's enjoyable, but it keeps you on target to what you're supposed to be looking at. Also, the thing, by the way, that I like about Le Pens is they have the tiniest. I love how this just pulls up. And you can put this in your briefcase. I do. When I'm doing it that way, I definitely do. That has got to be the smallest nib of a pen I've ever seen. So, I mean, you can really get in there good. And I don't know if you can see that. Let me let it focus. Yeah, there. Look at that little teeny weeny. Is that the littlest thing you've ever seen? So I like Le Pens. And to me, it's cheaper to buy a little set of them than to buy them individually. But usually places like, you know, Barnes & Noble and Books of a Million's close to me. These are made in Japan. They're smear resistant, very vivid colors, and that is true. You can just use, you know, the darker colors. There's not black in this set, but you can get a black one. Sometimes they have the darker colors, like especially in fall, they've got burgundy and evergreen, and the blue is more like a navy blue than these royal blues, and the purple is more of a deep, deep dark purple. And like I said, you can get them there individually, but I just bought this little set. I always like to have a set of colored pens and colored highlighters. And just especially if something's important, so that I can call it out and I don't forget. Because I've got so much going on, y'all. It's easy to forget things. My husband's even started using a list, and he used to do everything just by memory. But I don't think it's a memory issue like dementia. I think we are so scattered in all the things we are called to think about and to remember. And so I think it is good to have a place of organization. The Bible tells us to have an orderly life. And I will tell you that when you clean your house or you clean up mess, or like right now, I've just got so much stuff that looks like a hoarder house. And it brings me peace, unrest. And I know that when I clean up a room or organize a room, I have a sense of peace. Like when you get down or depressed or whatever, try cleaning up, or washing your dishes or whatever, because it really does make you feel more productive and like you got something done and things are in order. It just gives you a sense of peace and comfort about, you know, the environment that you're in. So anyway, I feel like having a day planner also does that. Also, one of the really important things that I also think it does is it gives you a place to go back to recount things. And I know that when my dad was sick, sometimes I would have to go back and look at, well, when did that happen? Especially some of the legal stuff as we were dealing with the estate. And I mean, not like an estate like we had millions, but I mean, he did have a house, and you know, some stocks and bonds, those kind of things that we had to, you know, bless my sister's heart. She was the one that knew all I took Dad's health because I lived here. She lived up north, but she came down and she handled all the legal and all the financial stuff. And some people say, well, it's going to drive y'all apart. It did not. And I think it's because neither one of us loved his money. We loved him. We only used his money to take care of him, so when some was actually left, our biggest concern is there wouldn't be enough left, and I was going to have to second mortgage my home or whatever, just to have caregivers. But all that being said, when we did have to liquidate the house and bank accounts and stuff like that, we just split it evenly, period. And if there was ever a question in my mind whether I wanted something or my sister wanted it, we just said, hey, do you want this? And if she said yes, that was the end of it. I don't care how much I wanted it. I'm not going to argue over things. And she was the same way. We did say a couple of times, hey, there is one thing I really do want. And I know one of them was a picture. Let me show you. That my mom had in the living room. And my sister had one. She wanted a picture of a ship. I wanted the cross-stitch picture of a ship. And she's like, oh, that thing's so old. You just need to throw that in the trash. I was like, oh my gosh, no. She cross-stitched this. And it does look all dingy because my dad smoked cigar and she smoked cigarettes in the earlier years. She quit about 20 years before she died. But Dad smoked cigars till like 10 years before he died, maybe 15. And so, yeah, this was stained. But I love it. And we put museum glass on it so that you can see it as it is. And I did an old-fashioned frame because I love it. And she was fine with letting me have it. So anyway, I hope that, comment below on how you plan your life and what tools do you use. And I'll talk to you again soon. Bye!